All right.
Okay.
So how do we play?
Okay.
Like
so,
we just pick a card and go?
Yeah.
It's that easy?
Yeah. So, actually, I really don't know if it's that easy, but.
Have you played this before?
No.
I thought you said you played it. You really haven't?
No.
I thought you said you did and it was fun.
Well, I've just been like reading the cards by myself in quarantine.
That's actually hilarious.
So, let's
go first. It's
do.
your game.
Okay. So I think we can. We can just.
So
pick,
this is level 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can pick like from like whatever. Okay.
Oh god, I'm nervous.
Oh my god, this is literally the best question ever.
Okay.
Do you think I fall in love easily? Why or why not?
Yes. Definitely yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I think because like you just give out so much love that you just
Mm-hmm.
want so much love in return that
Yeah.
you're just like yes.
Yeah, literally, that's
For
me.
sure. Guaranteed.
Okay, now like you ask.
Oh,
okay.
so now I have to ask you. Do you think I fall in love easily? Why or why not?
I think you fall in love easily, but you don't admit it right away.
That's definitely true.
And then once I think you feel like comfortable, then you're like, yes, I'm in love.
Yeah. I'll like play it off
Mm-hmm.
for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Okay. So I pick one. Just like throw it at you.
No, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. You're gonna get me on like some spiritual question, and then you're gonna be like, "Tell me more."
Literally.
Do I seem like someone who would get a name tattooed on myself? Why or why not?
Definitely not, because I feel like it would be too like. I don't know the right choice of word to use. I feel like you would get a name if it was extremely meaningful to you.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think.
Like I feel like I would get like my kid's name.
Yeah.
You know, like someone who can't leave me.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But I would never get like a partner's name.
Mm-hmm.
I would maybe do like a symbol.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do a name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I seem like someone who would get a name tattooed on myself?
Yeah, you basically do.
I do. What character would I play in a movie?
You would like play a psychic. I could see you like loving that role. Like I could literally
would.
see you like in a movie or a show and being like so into it.
Oh my god, that would be my dream, because then I could like overdo it.
Yeah, like
I
you'd
can,
play
like,
like
really
some type of like
overdo it.
spiritual psychic like person, and
Yes.
you could like you'd be so into it.
Oh my god, that would be so good.
All right, what character would I play in a movie? This is hard.
I know. The hot girl.
What? What does that mean?
You would play the hot girl that everybody wants in the movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny.
I
I
was
don't
think-
see
yeah.
myself like that. All right, I'll take on the challenge. How many speeding tickets do you think I've gotten in my life?
Well, besides the one where you almost got arrested.
Oh my god, I forgot. Everyone in my family still talks about it. I was like, guys, I was like 20 years old. Like, we need to like move on to a new story.
This is like old news now, okay?
Okay, for speeding tickets for you, actual tickets, because you're a crazy driver.
I really am.
You are a crazy driver. I'd say like 5.
I think it's like 5 times 5.
What, 25?
No, yeah.
Wait, what?
No, yeah, speeding tickets. Yeah, no.
Because you got a lot of parking tickets.
Yeah. Ooh.
You didn't even read the card. You were just like, ooh.
I saw coffee. I saw the word coffee. Do I seem like a coffee or tea person, sweetened or unsweetened?
Okay, you definitely like both.
Yeah, I love both.
But I see you more as a coffee person. But you love both. Like,
I
you
love
have both.
You know what it is?
I
feel
think
like
sweetened.
yeah,
Not
like
sweetened.
yeah. I've gotten into such a ritual of like. I would love green tea. I love green tea, so I'll have that any time of the day. But I love like coffee in the morning
Yeah.
and tea at night. Like that's
Me
like a
too.
ritual.
I have 1 cup of coffee in the morning,
Mhm.
and I have tea at night,
Mhm.
or like during the day, like when I'm bored or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is actually a good wild card. Rate your dancing skills on a scale of 1 to 10 on the count of 3. Say aloud your answers out loud. So we're rating
Both of ours, or like
each
mine?
other's.
Do we do each other's?
Rate your dancing skills. Let's do each other's. 'Cause it's
Okay.
really funny.
Okay.
Rate your dancing skills on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
7. I was gonna say 7, and I was like, I'm gonna go high. I know. I was like, I think 7's a solid number.
I know. Me too.
I love it.
I was gonna say 7, then I was like, no, maybe I should just go to 8.
Finish the sentence. Just by looking at you, I'd think.
Just by looking at you, I think blank.
Mhm.
You're very friendly. You have such a friendly like face and like expressions about you
Mhm.
that I do not have.
No. You know what? It's funny. Every single day of my life, someone comes up to me. You look so familiar.
Yeah.
And I just say I get that every day of my life.
Like you can make friends with anyone. I can make friends with no one. Like, I do not have that ability. Like I don't have that like confidence or like know what to say to people to like. I can do it if I'm like meeting someone, but I don't like meet a random person on like a random day.
Yeah.
And like have the spark like you do like so much.
Yeah.
Like you have it so often.
Mhm.
That would happen like once every 5 years for me.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky. Okay.
Yeah. Just by looking at you, I'd think you're beautiful.
Aww, that's so sweet. Oh my god. This actually might be fun.
Okay.
It says both players write an embarrassing fun fact about yourselves. Play a game of rock, paper, scissors, loser must reveal.
Oh, fuck. That's hilarious. Let's do it.
Embarrassing fun fact. Okay.
I have a lot of those, but I'm glad I wrote down the one that I did.
It's actually so funny. Okay, we have to play rock, paper, scissors.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
do we just do it one time? Play a game. Yeah, one game.
Mhm.
Do we want to play the 3? Like rock, paper, scissors 3
Okay.
times, and then 2 is loser?
Okay. Yeah, I'm scared. My hands are literally sweating.
I'm starting to sweat. Okay, ready? One.
Oh, well, literally, I don't know. Okay. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Oh my god, 2! You lose.
Katie, get
It's okay.
Alright, whatever. I'll just do mine.
Alright. I definitely picked my nose in the car. Honestly, everyone does.
Sometimes I feel it, like, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh, whatever.
whoever doesn't is lying.
Right.
Just do it anyway.
Well, I can read it silently. Yeah. Oh. The second part.
That's hilarious.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. I like that one.
Do you think the image you have of yourself matches the image people see you as?
No. I don't think anyone's does.
Mm-hmm.
Because the image we have of ourselves, which is seriously such an issue,
Mm-hmm.
is that we think so poorly of ourselves.
Yeah.
Like we focus so much on like body image and like shit like that, and like we know our mental thoughts, so like we think negatively about
Right,
things.
and we see
more.
the hyper focused parts
Yeah.
of us. Like that one little hair on our leg is like, oh my
Yeah.
god, the worst thing that could ever define me, but no one ever sees it.
Yeah. And then other people don't see any of that, and they just see like truly who you are as like a person. Like my sister and her fiance, we like, what was it? She told me about how she was like, have you ever noticed, we were having this conversation, and she's like, have you ever noticed that no one loves you because of how you look?
Mm-hmm. Right.
No one loves you because of how you look.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves you because of who you are.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't matter how you look.
It's so true. Literally.
It's weird to
so
think
true.
about. So what do you
Yeah.
think?
Honestly, yeah, no.
I don't think it is at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can say that for anybody, though.
Right. And it's so crazy. I read something very similar where we all have, like, an idea of that person in your mind, like, in your mind. Like, you have a different perception of me in my mind than my mom does.
True.
So it's like everyone sees you
in their
own way, and it's never the same. Isn't that wild to think about? And, like, I know how I see myself, or I think others see me, and then that gives me anxiety too. But yeah, it's just crazy to think about.
If you have, when was the moment you realized you weren't invincible?
I don't think I've ever thought I was invincible, but...
So you don't think you have? I don't know if I've ever thought I was maybe when I was a kid. Because you're a kid, you have no fear.
Yeah,
actually, that's not true. I had a lot of fear as a kid.
Yeah, I feel like there were parts in my life where I felt like I was more confident than others.
Yeah.
And, like, I felt like, you know, if you put it into different categories, right? Like, I feel like even, like, in friendships, like, I'm invincible, like, I don't know, right? Like, or in relationships, like, you feel like, can't touch me. But then you get a really rude awakening. If you ever feel like you're invincible, like, I feel like there's something that's going to slap you in the face to bring you back down to earth.
And I also just think that, like, that's a false reality of yourself. Like, because, like, if someone does something to you, it doesn't mean that you're never going to be hurt by it. Like, if you're hurt by it, you're not invincible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think anyone could ever be invincible.
I don't think so either. I don't think that's, like, realistic.
No. No. What's been your happiest memory this past year?
Oh, God. Happiest memory this past year?
I know.
What?
Your graduation.
That was definitely, honestly, my graduation party.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Was definitely probably, if not my happiest moment, it probably wasn't my happiest moment. And I probably don't want to say my happiest moment.
Yeah, no.
But that was definitely top 5. Because, like, it was just so, even though it was, like, expensive and whatever, like, it was so nice to just have, like, the people I wanted. And the people that I cared. And it was, like, my party and it was for me. Like, I never celebrate myself, like, ever. And that was such a big accomplishment. Like, I don't know. It was just so fun. Like, when we all together played Flip Cup.
Yep. Oh my God, so fun.
So fun. Like, I just had such a good time.
Yeah, that was a really good
I feel like everyone had a really good time.
Yeah, it was a good party.
What about you?
I would say the same thing. Like, my Surface Matters party was a really,
Yeah.
really good night.
That was so nice.
It's just like, I just continue to reflect back on it. Like, the same thing, like what you just said is like, when everyone is there celebrating you and you feel that love from everyone, it's like it's an unexplainable feeling.
Yeah.
It really
it's because like you don't really celebrate yourself with that many people. Usually at one time.
And like when it's like a wedding kind of. Like now I know what it would feel like at a wedding.
Yeah. It's such like a nice feeling to know that like those people like care that much. You know what I mean? To like help you and like be there for you and like all that kind of stuff. It's just like so nice. What do you crave more of?
Interesting. What do I crave more of? Okay.
That's a good question.
That is a really good question. And I don't know why mint chocolate chip ice cream literally got into my head. But
honestly though, mint chocolate chip ice cream is fire.
Literally so good. That's not my answer. Okay, so obviously I've had a very hard life. Let's just put it out.
Yeah, you've had a lot of hardships.
I've had a lot of hardships.
Yeah.
And as of like even recently I've been going through a lot. But I would say in the last couple months, quarantine has given me things that I could have never imagined I would ever receive. And
you've been thriving.
Yeah.
During quarantine.
I really
Meanwhile,
have.
all the rest of us are like literally dying. She is like thriving.
It's my time to shine. Honestly, you know what it is? It's because the last 10 years of my life, I have been going, working multiple jobs, constantly in school, stressed out, working long hours, working multiple jobs at once, in unhealthy places, in my mind, body, soul. Now that I actually finally know what it feels like to be happy, like literally just fucking happy, Like,
and then, like, with yourself.
Yes.
Like, not because of somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just allowed myself to be where I am, and that's okay. Like, I'm just happy. But I truly feel that way. Like, I really, really feel happy inside. And it
Good.
literally, for the first time, I feel like in my life, I feel at peace.
I know, I'm so happy that you're, like, at that point.
Thanks, babe.
I've been, like, watching your journey.
Oh, I know.
So what do you actually crave more of?
So now that I know what it feels like to feel that.
Like happiness?
That happiness. I just want to keep going. I'm craving more high vibrational energy in my life. Like, people,
That's
like,
so nice.
honestly, anybody who is low vibrational to me has, like, issues, and, like, of course, like, I send you love and I accept you. Like, I'm not, like, saying, like, because you're there, you're not good.
Yeah.
But I can't have you in my life anymore.
Do you know what's really interesting, though, that you say that? It's like you're not craving more of what you lack.
Right.
You're craving more of what you already have.
Yeah.
And usually if you would ask this question to anybody else, like probably like me, if I answered it first, I would have said, what do you crave more of? And it would have been something I lacked.
Wow.
It's interesting.
Powerful.
I don't know what I would crave more of. I mean, honestly, right now I would crave more like love, I think. Just because of things I'm going through, but I don't know. I guess honestly, what I crave more of is success.
Yeah.
I crave a lot.
You're
more.
in that in between with
yeah,
that.
I'm in like a weird stage of like success, and I want to do something that like makes me feel successful and like empowered in that success, like with myself, not with anyone else, like just me. But it's so scary.
It is.
It's scary to take the leap. It's a risk.
Yeah.
But
well,
life is risks.
Exactly.
You can't get anywhere if you don't take a risk.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, well, they always say like failure is a part of success. So,
yeah.
But to be honest, what is the worst thing that could ever happen? Oh, I got 2. I think that's like a message.
Everything has a message.
Everything. What's the most pain you've ever been in that wasn't physical? Well, we both fucking know.
Oh yeah, for you?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You don't have to speak on it if you don't want to. It's okay. There was a moment.
Yeah. Well, yes. When you lose someone extremely close to you at a very pivotal point in your relationship, that is the...
And especially like unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really, really
That's a pain that will never go away. Yeah.
What's the most
I'm just going to take a sip of the wine.
What's the most pain you've ever been in that wasn't physical? Heartbreak.
Yeah.
For me, like my dad literally has told me recently, he was like, you love so hard. He was like, you're such a loyal, like, lover.
You are.
That like when you fall hard. Like he literally told me this not too long ago, and I was like, you're right. Like when I literally, it might take a lot of walls to break down to get me there sometimes, but when I actually like let myself go and like open up to that love or whatever, like I am just like all in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I go through heartbreak, it is devastating to me.
It is.
And like all the heartbreaks I've been through, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely heartbreaks that are like with romantic relationships, because I haven't yet, like thankfully, haven't yet like experienced a heartbreak in like a different way.
Yeah.
Because I've lost family members, but no one that I was extremely close with. You know what I mean? So it hasn't like hit me the way like romantic relationships have hit me. I haven't lost a pet yet, knock on wood.
Yeah.
So it's like I haven't gone through those types of losses, but like I've experienced a lot of loss with heartbreak.
Yeah.
So that hits me hard, for sure. That's the most pain. And like that process of heartbreak.
Yeah.
Crazy.
If you could get to know someone...
Wait, before we go on to the next question, sorry. Relating to this question, if you're in non-physical pain, get help. That's all I'm going to say. Don't you agree?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Get help in some way or another. You think
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You think you can do it on your own? it's okay if you can't.
Mm-hmm.
That was like honestly the best decision I've ever made was going to therapy the times I've gone.
Yeah, I speak about this a lot, in that there is power in being vulnerable. And once you embrace that vulnerability and that awareness and that acceptance of the pain that is there is healing on the other side of that.
Yeah. Definitely don't be afraid. Just do it. It will help. And you will feel better. And it might be a long process. It might take you a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. It's so worth it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was important. Some interruptions are necessary.
Yes.
If you could get to know someone in your life on a deeper level, who would it be and why?
Wait, what? Repeat it. Zoned out for a second.
If you could get to know someone in your life on a deeper level, who would it be and why?
I feel like I'm such that person that I'm deep with everyone.
I know.
Like, if I'm not deep with you, you're not really my friend.
Yeah.
To be honest. Or, like, my family, even. I feel like I know everyone on a pretty good level. Mm-hmm. But if I had to say, like, deeper, like, in reality, like, the depths of, like, themselves would probably be either one of my brothers. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, like, guys, they, like, don't like to open up. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like I know their depths because they're my brothers, and I've experienced a lot of things with them, but I don't know them because they won't open up about certain things.
Yeah.
It's like I know them, but, like, I don't. Mm-hmm. I feel like maybe one of them.
Yeah. I've recently just, like, started asking both my mom and my dad, like, deeper questions, like, of course, because if you know me, you know I've always been into, like, you know, my spiritual stuff, and, like, I was talking to my mom about, like, the mind-body connection, and, like, how genetically sometimes, like, our trauma can be stored in our DNA, like, just, you know, a casual conversation that, you know. Mm-hmm. But me being the therapist and kind of spiritual person that I am, of course, I'm like, Mom, did you know that? And so then I was like, when you were pregnant with me, like, did something bad happen? Like,
oh my God.
So, but that opened the conversation to, like, talk about, like, other things.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of stuff that happened, like, with my mom and my dad, like, when we were little, because obviously they got divorced, and, like, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I know a lot, but then there's still that deep stuff, like, that you still don't know. And, like, you know, true. What did your parents go through before we were born or before they were together? Like,
in their 20s?
Right.
Like, who were they before they were moms?
Right. So, like, I know a lot about them. And, like, there are times as I'm getting older where, like, you know, my dad will call me and, like, tell me the story, and I'm like, wow, that's, like, amazing that you shared that with me.
Yeah.
But I think, like, I would say that more my dad, because I know a lot about my mom, but, like, I think, like, my mom and my dad, I definitely would want to go deeper. But, like, with honesty deeper. Like, I'm an adult.
Yeah,
you know,
you're not, like, a little kid.
Right, like, let's get honest and, like, deep. Like, you don't have to, like, hide those parts of you anymore from me.
Do you think it would, like, certain things might, like, trigger you, though?
I don't think so.
No?
Because I'm, like, really good with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, right now. You know? Like, I feel like maybe a couple years ago, I'd be like, I don't know, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting because...
To be like, wow, you went through that?
Yeah.
I would never have thought that.
When you think about your parents, like, you think about who they are to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't think about, like, who they are as individuals. People. Yeah. Interesting.
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like, you know them, and you know, like, stories from their childhood and stuff like that, but, like, the deep stuff, like, is that even allowed?
I've been thinking about this whole thing a lot, like, the whole, like, depth to, like, trauma. Mm-hmm. Everyone faces situations differently, and I have this conversation with my sister a lot, and, like, we always talk about how we as people and as human beings, like, I do it all the time, we, like, sit there and we're like, oh, that's not even a big deal because it's not a big deal to you.
Right.
But it is, or could be, a big deal to someone else because everyone is different and they take trauma or situations differently. Yeah. Especially hard situations. So it's like, we can't diminish someone's feelings.
Right.
Because, like, you would have different feelings.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that, like, they have a good feeling about it. Like, I think about that all the time. Yep. And it's not fair. Like, it's not fair to, like, generalize that. Like, you're not allowed to be upset that, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't get
Like,
the apartment you wanted,
right.
even though it's like you still have a beautiful apartment, like,
Right.
you know, or anything like that.
Like you lose some friends. Like, I feel like
losing a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, say, like, you fall out with your friend, and, like, you're really upset, you're really hurt by it, like, the whole 9, but then someone else would be like, who cares? Look at the situation.
Like, I lost both my parents in a car accident.
Exactly. They're like, oh, it's not that bad because it could be this bad.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when people do that.
Invalidation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why do we sit there and think about how, like, well, like, during this whole quarantine, I've done it. We've all done it. This whole quarantine, it's like, well, it's not that bad if you lost your job because you have money. Like, you're okay. You can support yourself. And then everyone's like, well, it's, like, so much worse for people who are, like, lost their job, have no savings, and now have kids to feed.
Right.
Like, it's like, yes, that is very difficult as well, but it doesn't make the person who has money in the bank and who also lost their job, it doesn't make it any, like, less for them because they don't have kids and whatever. So it's like, it's crazy to think about, like, how we're like, oh no, you can't feel bad because it's not as bad as this. Right. It's weird.
Perspective.
But we all do it.
Right. But
we have to be more aware of it, I think.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
For sure. I think awareness to it.
Yeah, when you become more of a validating person, I think that you're able to validate yourself more. You're attracting more validation to you. And you're going to feel better about the human being that you are.
Yeah.
Because to be a true validating person is a really good person.
Yeah. Crazy.
And you just when you shift your mindset, then you don't make those comments as easily.
Yeah.
Awareness.
All right, we really pivoted off of that question.
Wow.
Let's go on to level 3.
That was a crazy laugh I just had, but it was like really a lot of emotion was put into it. That was like super.
That was good though. That was a really good question.
Yeah. I don't even remember what it was.
It was, what do you crave more?
Oh, what the heck?
We really went on a spiral.
We really did. What? Like, how did
Honestly,
we
that was a good spiral though.
It was a good spiral.
It's a good one.
Write a
this is going to be our last one.
Write a song about your partner.
A song?
30 seconds, then sing it out loud. Get into it. We're doing it.
You know, I always wanted to be a singer when I was little,
really?
But I've never wrote a song.
Well, this is your time to shine.
I would have been one of those people who just bought songs from people and then just sang them. How are you how are you already writing?
I'm channeling. Oh my God, I'm literally just like failing at this, but I love it at the same time.
This is my singing debut. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Should we do warm-ups? Okay. Katie, you're so kind. You're like the sunshine.
I love it. That's amazing.
Spiritual goddess all the time. Pulling cards every night. Burning sage and candles all night. That didn't really, it didn't end great, but it worked.
No, I love it. I love it. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. Samantha is mostly always right. She lights up my life. I know she's gonna be a great wife.
That was actually good.
Right?
That was actually really good.
And then I really tried to go into it, but then it wasn't gonna be good, so I answered there.
Okay, we're done.
This is what comes with the game. It says, I have found there are 2 ways to play this game. 1, play safe. 2, play to grow. The second is how you win. Love it.
What a fun game. It's called We're Not Really Strangers.
Cute.